the Golden Knights, like it's not a full body knight. It's not a knight drawing his sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the helmet. There are no eyes. There's no person. It's a helmet.
Yep.
And it gets the message across. And then they release, they've got their mascot who goes around the arena and pulls the sword out of the stone before every game and everything. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but you wouldn't want a full-bodied knight on the chest. It would look weird. And I kind of love the idea that you've got like two versions of the Kraken where you've got the red eye that glows through. I do kind of wonder what it would look like if they carried over that like salmon orange that they were using instead of red, because I think that could have been kind of cool. It would have been really unique if nothing else. But red's cool too. You got the eye where it's just like, glowing out of the darkness. There's going to be a lot of really cool video graphics that you can do with that are going to be amazing. And then you've got the tentacle arm splitting the S, which is just like the idea of, especially on the dark blue jersey, where you've got like it's all you would actually see of the Kraken if the Kraken existed. If you've got like a giant squid that inspired the sailor's tales of a Kraken, you're not going to see the full thing. You're going to see like one big arm.
Yep.
And I kind of love that idea of it. It's just, there's going to be so much when you see when they come out with the digital presentation of the logo, and you can see the arm coming out of the ocean and splitting the S,
right?
And the glow of the eye as the rest of the logo comes into focus and all that. There's so much that they could do with that digitally that I think is going to be amazing, and it looks freaking amazing on the merchandise.
I'm ready to see when the 90s throwback like really trends and they start having like screen printed jerseys again and like all these crazy customizations. Yeah. And Seattle coming out there with like tentacles coming up their jerseys and, on like a blue jersey with like a teal, color scheme. I think that would look pretty cool.
See, I do think that like the NHL could stand to take a page from, especially when they've got an even number of teams, to take a page from Major League Baseball's playbook from the 90s and do, like they could do a weekend where they would do rivalry home and homes or something, or just whatever home and homes. Everybody plays Saturday, switches stadiums with their opponent to play Sunday. One day you do throwback, where it would be either throwback or faux-back, and the next day you do 20 years in the future, like when Major League Baseball did the amazing Turn Ahead the Clock promotion, which the Mariners were the ones that launched that.
Yeah.
Where you had like the Mercury Mets, like, which was just so weird. But, you had like these crazy gimmicky uniforms that were just really cool as one-offs, like just to see it one time.
Yep.
And it would be very cool. Like you could even pair the teams up for the home and homes where you've got like Toronto versus Florida, and the team like Toronto, that is the more established franchise, would host the throwback night. And the team that's like Florida, that's way younger, would host the future night.
Yeah.
And it would be like, because it would be really cool to see what teams would come up with.
Yeah, different jersey
as a
concepts.
I love, hey, the password is Hey Farbsy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I like that.
I just set us up. We are live, so just so you know.
Awesome. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this presentation of the Series of the Week for the 239 Hockey League's Season 16. I am Drew Goldfarb, aka Farbsy, joined by the man himself. He's also the male himself. That would be Kel Poner. We have got a series here between good news and low expectations. We have been talking about the branding of the Seattle Kraken, the NHL's newest team that's coming out in a year. And I don't know how much of that we were streaming for, but I mean, I am 100% on board for that branding. I think it's absolutely amazing. So, so excited to see that. We were talking about the futuristic uniforms, the throwbacks, and it all kind of got started when we're looking here at the team that is labeled as Respect the Intellect, that being good news, using kind of a combination of eras of Florida Panthers looks, because they've got that sun with a palm tree and crossed hockey stick on the sleeve, because they're using the current Florida Panthers jersey layout with the original Florida Panthers shoulder logo, and also like a London Knights color scheme, which is really cool. And I think that that's a color scheme that's kind of underutilized in a lot of sports. We've got predominantly green with a little yellow and black mixed in. It's a really cool look.
Yeah, really dig the green and white. That's a good color scheme. I dig it. You know, I'm partial to the darker colors. I go for the blacks and reds and whatnot. But you know, that's a good one.
So you're more of a fan of like the current Edmonton Oilers look with the navy blue instead of the royal blue that they were wearing immediately prior.
I guess like the McDavid era Oilers. Yeah, absolutely.
Versus the Gretzky era where it was that bright royal blue and that really light orange, much more like the current New York Mets colors instead of being.
Yeah.
I don't really know if there's another team that uses navy. Like I guess they would be the New York Islanders of today versus the New York Islanders of the early 2000s when they were navy and orange.
But definitely not the Pronger era Oilers. Those uniforms were absolutely atrocious.
The copper and navy and red. You know, I did have a soft spot for the Todd McFarlane designed navy and silver jersey with that kind of cool like gear comet logo on the chest.
Yeah. The mechanized gear thing that looks like a raindrop, kind of.
Right, because it was kind of out there, which I liked, but you know, and it was a kind of a cool, unique look with the navy and the silver, which is another good color combination. But I agree. Like the copper, and especially when they went to the Reebok Edge layout, and you had like those like half stripes on the elbows, and there was nothing else other than the weird navy piping.
Yeah,
like the jerseys looked so plain. Because they didn't, you know, they used the same exact layout that so many other teams, like the Florida Panthers, did with the Reebok Edge thing, but they didn't put the shoulder color.
Yeah,
like
the Panthers were wearing navy at that time too, right?
They were. They switched to navy, but they switched actually a lot earlier than that. They switched prior to the Edge thing. I think it was right around 2003-ish. Because they introduced the navy alternate jersey when they moved into Sunrise, into their current arena in the end of the 90s, early, like right around when Pavel Bure was playing for them, they introduced that jersey. And after a couple of years, a year or two, they swapped navy becoming the home and red became the alternate. And that stayed that way until until they tried to go to double blue and there was backlash and they ended up having to go instead to the color scheme that they should have done, which is they went back to red and they embraced it a bit. They did a really quick 180, which, you know, credit to them for actually, you know, changing their minds, because they were set on being using that double blue with that weird alternate logo, that weird alternate thing that looked like it was a Penguins ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they scrapped that because that was originally going to become the. There appeared to be plans to make that the primary and make a white version of it and do away with red entirely.
Ooh.
And instead they did a 180 and went entirely in on the red, which was a good.
Now it's red and gold, right? Red and gold.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love their original uniforms. I grew up in South Florida, but the decision to do away with the yellow gold and go strictly to gold. It pops so much on those uniforms.
Yeah, I think I have a Pavel Bure like red Panthers jersey with the old logo.
I do miss
jersey. I really like that logo. I thought it was really good. Yeah, it was cool when I was a kid.
Yeah, I really liked it. Their rebrand.
Oh, boy.
Well, I guess we're gonna have another second here as they restart, so we can keep talking about these things and the jerseys and stuff. But their rebrand. I don't think that any of the logos are bad on the rebrand. I just think that each of them are at least a slight step down.
I think that was
the shoulder
such a
patch
great
is a big
logo.
step down. It's a very cool design with the shoulder patch being like military inspired, but the original shoulder patches we've been talking about, the one that you'll see on the jersey here, is just so cool, and it's so perfect for a team in Florida, which is why they brought it back for the helmets. But yeah, I do like their primary logo, both versions of it. I prefer the one that says Florida instead of the one that says Panthers. But it's a cool look. I just I miss the leaping cat like on the chest. I think that was just a really cool look.
Yeah, I think that was a nice. It was such a detailed logo too. There was so much in that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I wonder if they will come out with a more a throwback inspired using the updated leaping cat on the chest.
Yeah.
but go back to that one with the angled shoulders, that come to a point like they did in the 90s and early 2000s, and that sort of thing. I love, by the way, the password being Hey Farbsy. Really appreciate the shout out from the team setting this stuff up. So
we're getting a different kit. No more jersey patch. No more green and white.
So this is more of a what would this be? We went from Pavel Bure era Florida Panthers shoulder patch to Pavel Bure era Vancouver Canucks colors. Yeah. Which is, I happen to really like that color scheme. I think it's really unique. I get why blue and green makes a lot more sense for Vancouver, but the kind of the German national team look is another one of those kind of cool color schemes, because you see black and red a lot. The New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes, but you throw that yellow in the mix and it feels entirely different.
Yeah, the flying skate era Vancouver. It's
the spaghetti skate.
Yeah.
It's and even before that, when they were still wearing that the black, yellow, and red when they were the flying V uniforms. Including that
those
one
were
that was
pretty
mostly
crazy.
Yellow.
Yeah,
those were insane.
Just the V across the whole jersey.
Right. Everybody that says that the mid '90s alternate jerseys, like the Mighty Ducks one, where the duck is breaking through the ice, and the Lightning jersey with the thunderstorm and the rain going across it. Everyone who says that those are, that the 90s were the weirdest time for NHL jerseys has never seen the Vancouver Canucks in the 70s or 80s or whenever they started using that. Because, Vancouver is just, their jersey history is a mess. I part of me wants to say that they should embrace it, like turn into the Oregon Ducks of the NHL and just change your look constantly.
Yeah, just have a different set of colors all the time. Right. Just do whatever you want.
Right. I would say adopt one logo to keep it consistent across, but they were originally blue and green with the stick in rink logo, and then they went to this color scheme where it's black, yellow, and red, and they had the spaghetti skate logo, but it wasn't featured on the uniforms. And then it was a shoulder patch, and then it became the main part of the uniforms. Then they introduced the Orca, which was on a navy blue, dark burgundy red and silver jersey. That was like the Todd Bertuzzi, Naslund, Brendan Morrison era.
Yeah.
And then they shifted from that back to blue and green using the same Orca logo. And that's kind of where we are now, but they're also kind of reintroducing the stick and rink logo. So, they're...
Didn't they... I think they used red as their primary during the spaghetti skate era at one point. Maybe for an alternate or something like that. But
I think it was an alternate.
I'm pretty sure that there's a jersey out there where it's just...
There is.
A red,
and it's wild.
Red Vancouver Canucks jersey. So.
It's bright. For a jersey that is red and black, that is a very bright jersey, especially because of the little yellow accents on the spaghetti skate.
Yeah.
They also, though, their alternate jersey during the Bertuzzi, Naslund, Morrison era had that dissolve, that fade.
Yeah,
where it went from navy to red.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a really popular thing in uniforms for a little bit, and then the Atlanta Falcons, I guess, saw, that the 90s were in again, and they decided to introduce it for their uniforms for this year.
Yeah, there you go.
They've got their alternate jersey fades from red to black. And
I haven't seen those.
Off the late 90s Canucks. You haven't?
No.
They are... so there's three jerseys, obviously. There's a black, there's a white, and there's a red fading to black. And the helmet is awesome for the Falcons. It is a matte black with a chrome face mask and an oversized logo. Same logo they've been using since Michael Vick was their quarterback. But the jerseys are... at the same time really oversimplified and really garish. And I don't know how that's possible, but there's no design to it. It's incredibly simple, where it's just a black jersey with white numbers with a little red drop shadow, and it says ATL giant
above the number. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Oh man.
Right. So they're both incredibly basic and way over the top and way out there at the same time. And it's I'm all for modern throwbacks, but I don't think that was it.
I think it's that number. It's that Tampa Bay Light or Tampa Bay Buccaneer jersey number type of thing that just doesn't look right.
They got rid of the alarm clock numbers.
Okay.
So But yeah, the Falcons number at least fits the brand better, where it matches the font of their word mark, which is good. But like I think that that jersey, that number font needs a more, I guess, active, a more designed jersey. You can't just be like, here's a plain black practice jersey, and we're going to slap this ultra modern font on it, because it just looks out of place. If they had gone with simple numbers, you'd go like, oh, it's kind of boring, but it looks like what the Falcons wore when they were in the Super Bowl against the Broncos 25 years ago. And, you'd be like, oh, okay, it's like, for me, that would be a little disappointing, but you'd go, all right, it looks whatever. By the way, the Rams are also doing a fade on their jerseys this year, at least on the number font for their home royal blue jerseys. So, the Vancouver Canucks were apparently 20 years ahead of their time with that weird, navy fading to muted burgundy. But,
Yeah, all the NFL teams going with the throwbacks here, huh?
Yeah, But it's weird. It's like a throwback to a futuristic uniform, and it's one that no one really ever liked.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, whatever works, I guess. It's the Rams logos are another story too, but that's football. We're talking hockey here, so. And I'm trying to see a little So the Blueface Baby. Now, the only reference, because we got Here We Go Again, which reminds me, both of these remind me of songs, and I don't know if that's what this is intended to do, but Here We Go Again reminds me of the Here It Goes Again, which was really popular when I was in college. What's the band that does all of the really intricate music videos? They have for years. Someone will let us know in the chat, I'm sure. And on the other side, I actually just missed with that. Oh, Blueface Baby sounds like an Elton John reference with Blue Jean Baby, with Tiny Dancer. So apparently, Low Expectations channeling Tiny Dancer, and Good News channeling whatever that band is that I cannot for the life of me think of what it is.
OK Go.
OK Go. There it is. That's the one.
Go. Yeah.
Fantastic music videos. So, we finally look like we are ready to go here in game number 1. Good News is in 11th place in the league. They've got 11 points in the standings, but have played 3 fewer games than Low Expectations, who sits right in front of them in 10th place with 15 points in the standings. So, a little bit of jostling for position. One of these teams can basically put the bottom 2 in the league in their rearview mirror with a really strong series in this one, as we are obviously now underway. Nearly a quick shot that went a little bit wide. So Low Expectations in the white, almost grayish jerseys going down, getting that quick shot, just pushing it on net. But it was turned aside by Hollywood. And going up on your screen wearing black, now with possession of the puck, that is Sniper playing for Good News in the black. So a couple minutes into this game, we've seen each team with one big rush thus far. Nothing doing. Hollywood, the only one that's had to make a save. And he did just that. Hollywood having a much better season, or much better start to his season this year, as opposed to his season just 1 year ago. And now with a new team after being traded from Band of Brothers, interesting to see what he might be able to do in trying to get Good News a little bit higher in the standings. He's played a lot more games this year than his team has. He's played 21 games. His current team has only played 15. So a bit more experience for him already this season.
That's what Hollywood needs, is lots of experience. Hollywood ended up drafting his team last season. He was the captain, so he only has himself to blame for what happened last season.
Well, now he's been traded once, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do to try to help his new team claw their way out from the bottom third of the standings. Quick opportunity, nice little backhand try by Gala, but that one was turned aside. And then he hits the post on the wraparound try as it's covered up by Yin for the whistle with 11:10 to go here in the first period of game number 1.
Yeah, Yin getting in, making a nice quick breakaway stop and then defending the wraparound pretty well.
He had a fantastic year last season, a record 27-11-1. Not much better that you could do than that. His goals against average and his save percentage both better this season, though, than the numbers he put up last year, but the wins just have not been coming for his team.
Yeah, I think his teams that he's been on have struggled to score. I believe he was traded from Swag's team to the team that he's on now. So
yep.
Yeah, he's been on a couple of teams that have had a little bit of a rough go.
That long shot whistled high of the net and up into the glass, and getting a lot of Major League Baseball vibes from this crowd here. Ooh, interesting play off that Omaha as it deflected off the defenseman and resulted in no icing potential, so good opportunity to set up the zone, but puck comes right back out. Almost getting an assist on that Omaha try was low expectations, but here comes good news on the other end. Pass down low for Sniper in the corner trying to center, but that one read and intercepted and moved out by low expectations as they try to get it into the offensive end, but cannot do so.
Yeah, a big feeling out process here. It seems like, teams are going back and forth trying to make plays in the offensive zone, but nobody's really given anything at the moment.
That Omaha attempt that we saw, do you think that was intentional to try to bank it off of the chest protector of the defenseman for good news? Because that basically negated the icing, so you had a free shot at an Omaha play because of the way that worked out.
I think a lot of times those plays develop so quickly, you don't really have a chance to aim it at anything. Really, you're only trying to aim at the middle of the ice so that it'll hit the backboard and attempt to bounce back in front of the goalie and just sit there for your player to skate into. But, it works out for him a lot of times. Guys get those bounces quite a bit in this game when you slap it down. Just things happen, and EA rewards that kind of play.
Good keep in the zone. As I was saying that, the puck came right across the blue line, and you could see from that moment's hesitation by low expectations where you could almost hear, we can't hear his reaction, but you could almost just hear the sigh, like I did so good to keep that in the zone, only to have it pop out by like an inch when I started to skate with it.
Yeah, the little hesitation pause at the blue line once it comes out, and you're like, I don't know what to do right now. Should I take it in offside and put us offside so we're not in trouble if a forward comes up?
Quick chance right off the draw, but a good poke check done by the defenseman for good news, and now they're rushing out. We're in the final 7 seconds of the first period. The puck comes back towards center, and now a rush for low expectations in the final 2 seconds. Quick shot, that one ends up wide, so we go to the locker room as we started this game, tied at 0, no score after 1.
Just a tad wide on that last shot. It was a pretty dangerous chance for the last couple seconds of the game, or the period. Hollywood rocking the hazmat pads.
I like that. I also like the wrap on the stick that we just saw in front, where it kind of looks like the Ottawa Senators barber pole jerseys there. I love the creativity on the designs here. That's always one of my favorite things when we get to see new teams, new players in this, is to see what players like to rock and what different teams like to do. Is you see the shots on goal in that period 2-1 in favor of that would be good news on that side. The hits basically even going the other way, 6-4. So what are your takes on that first period? Because we basically saw a lot of feeling out between these teams in the first 20.
Yeah, didn't see a whole lot of offense from either team. I think Swag's team got the better of the chances. Gala had a couple of big chances that Ian stopped, and on the other side, I think Hollywood faced a decent amount of shots, nothing crazy, lots of block shots and just lots of traffic. There's not a whole lot going on in the offensive zone. Guys need to work it around the perimeter to open things up a little bit, I think.
Underway here in period number 2, and swooping in to pick up the puck off the draw was Dangles. He got it into the offensive zone, but then lost possession, so it moves the other way, and we have an offside stoppage just 47 seconds into this second period of game number 1. We are here for a 3-game series tonight between good news and low expectations here, the 239 Hockey League Series of the Week. This one still, not overly deep into the season. We have a nice little rush and a beautiful feed on that one-timer, and just tapped in by Gala, and that one is going to put good news on top 1-0.
Yeah, Dangles makes a nice pass there on the feedback. A lot of guys would take that shot, get low in the circles, get the puck there on a nice pass, but held it for a second longer and found Gallo in the middle. It was a good play.
Really nice feed, really just setting that one up, and all you had to do was just tap that in. Sniper also picking up an assist on that one, as we are now in a 1-0 game. And here, quick little home run pass, trying to chase it down the corner. They get there first, quick feed towards the slot, and a great read and intercept by Drug as he moved that one out of the zone, and now we have an offside on the other side. So Low Expectations trying to respond quickly, trying to get something going, but just could not complete that centering feed. And you saw what they were trying to do, but so did Good News, and that was what led to that intercept.
Yeah, Hollywood with a nice bit of defense on that Omaha play. I think the defenseman got it right where he wanted it to, right in the middle of the ice. It would bounce back out and sit in the slot for his guy to run into it, but Hollywood skated out and directed it to the corner so that couldn't happen.
Nice save made by Hollywood on that one as well, because one of his defensemen, Drug, just got blown up on the play. I mean, man, you could see every lost follicle of hair on his head after he just lost his helmet on that one.
Poor Drug. He's rocking the Sanchez on the back of the jersey, number 6. It's unfortunate to be a Jets fan.
Also has that like Ally Afraidy hairstyle, which is, I mean, hey, if he can shoot as hard as Ally Afraidy, that's not bad. That's a decent trade-off to have. But
102 with a wood stick. I'll take it.
I would take that if I could. I mean, I'd take half of that. I only got to play a few beer league games here in Las Vegas before they shut back down. The last one, USA Hockey pulled the officials, and there is a really nice little move, just Sniper coming in, but the official waving that off. They're going to go and review it.
Oh, I think Gala might have touched the goalie a little bit there right before he came in.
That's kind of unfortunate, because I don't know that. I mean, it's unfortunate for Good News if that one stays off the board, because definitely contact, but I think it was early enough where I don't know that it really had an impact on Yin trying to make that save. He was away for a couple of seconds, and Yin didn't have to move to make the stop, but it will not count. So good break there for Low Expectations. We'll see if they can turn what was almost a 2-0 deficit into maybe a 1-1 game. They try to go glove side on Hollywood, but he makes the save and just hangs on. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the middle frame.
Yeah, I think that was Flaming Dragon coming in, making that shot. That was, that was a good play.
Those really light green numbers on the gray, as we see that swooping in, taking that shot, was definitely Flaming Dragon off the faceoff. A nice blocker save is made. I always have to smile every time I say his name, by the way. I always have to point that out, too. But Yin making a nice little glove save on that end. Just want to watch Blazing Saddles every time I see Flaming Dragons playing in a game. Yeah, the jersey design, I think, was it your team that actually edited the uniforms when I pointed that out during, while the teams were trying to find each other to
I did,
make the number? Yeah, which is much appreciated, because right now, what you see is that light green is just not really readable.
No.
Oh, and that is unfortunate.
Rangers
just tucking it into his
Ardita.
own net. BLK. Yeah, just tucking this one past his own goaltender off this.
That's tough. Sometimes you pick up the puck and you just get an animation that keeps you careening towards the goalie, and there's not much you can do about it. Oh, man.
It was a nice deke, if nothing else.
Yeah. Perfect goal. Looked good.
Yeah. Forehand, backhand fake, and then just tuck it in underneath that right leg pad. But the goal is going to go to, I believe that's Gala getting his second, and it'll be unassisted. I mean, I guess you give an assist to BLK, but that doesn't really count towards the stat line.
Adam Banks would be proud. Little Charlie Conway triple D.
Maybe if he could try that going the other way against Hollywood, try to test him on that side. He's tipped his hand on what his move is going to be, though, if he gets a breakaway in this game.
Yeah, he's going backhand. It's all about it.
Just over 7 minutes to go here in the second period. A 2-0 lead. Gala got the first goal. He got credited for the second goal here, and now trying to get something going in the offensive end. Nice centering feed attempt for Dangles, but a couple of defensemen were in the slot for Low Expectations. They took it away. could not clear the zone. Long shot kicked aside by Yin. He'll reach back and cover up with 5:39 to go here in the middle period. And Low Expectations got to get something going here. I mean, 2-0 deficit going into the third period is not insurmountable by any means. But with the way this energy has gone, you've at least got to get a few chances here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, Low Expectations needs to start getting on the board here. They're getting a decent amount of chances in the slot where they're having some success, but they need to finish on some of these. Hollywood's rightfully playing really well, but
you
not
can't be able to capitalize on that.
Can't account for your defense just giving it out in front like that. That's tough.
So the defense for Good News returning the favor of BLK, and wasn't tucked in by the defenseman for Good News, but that was just a beautiful feed and right to BLK, just tucking in a one-time pass from the Good News defenseman.
Yeah, that was BLK in front of the net, all the way down low, getting the goal there.
So I think that will be counted as even. I'm being told that was, the Knife in Your Guts thinks that was Gordita, but BLK is going to be the one credited with the goal. So, although it's also possible that comment is slightly older, perhaps. But yeah, that's a great way to respond. Capitalize on a big mistake from Good News and turn this back into a one-goal game. Big difference when it's 2-1 versus being 2-0. And there's still a little bit of time left here in this second period of game number 1. Expectations trying to rush in here. Good opportunity on the odd-man rush. They just stick with it. They go to the forehand, and tucking that one in is Young Buffalo as he just decided on that 3-on-2 rush to take the shot himself. And what a decision that was, as we are all knotted up. Hufu and BLK getting the assists.
Oh, wow. Almost another one right off the bat there. Young Buffalo coming in with the shot. Hollywood jumping short side, not holding his post there. It's a tough look when you're a defenseman seeing the goalie doing that back there.
Final couple of seconds of this period, and they hit the post right at the horn. So what a final few minutes for Low Expectations, as this is now a 2-2 game. They ended up outshooting their opponents 7-3 in the period, despite trailing 2-0 at one point.
Yeah, Low Expectations getting on the board, making things happen. Here's Drug Monkey looking at his stick lift that didn't work, and watching Young Buffalo come in and snipe his goalie short side. That's tough.
And thank you to Sober Enough and Knife in Your Guts in the chat, by the way. It was Gordita who was the one who responsible for the own goal, not BLK.
Okay.
So it was the left defenseman. So BLK, now a +1. He takes advantage of it, maybe getting one back for his defense partner. This is as good of a time as any to point out that when you're designing your jerseys, you don't want to put a near white color number on the back of your near white color jersey. It is kind of hard to tell when you're not the host team and we don't see the color markers above to try to differentiate between the players, especially in game 1 of the series. That's a PSA here from Farbsy.
Tough go for Ranger Gordita. It's her first night playing in 239 ever as a rookie, and has to go to the series of the week, gets broadcasted, and the first thing she does is put the puck in the back of her net, and then have it pointed out later when we get her name wrong anyway.
Well, a power play chance here for Good News, as going off was Flaming Dwagon. Dwagon will be sitting for 2, and we'll see what happens here on the power play. Just 8.7% success rate with the man advantage this season for Good News. They do have an offensive zone presence here. Nice little body check forces the turnover, and then a good job of clearing the zone by Low Expectations. That's going to kill off the first half of this power play chance. Rushing back in, Gala dropping it off for Swag. The captain dumps it in, but it is scooped up and backhanded out of the zone by Low Expectations and sent all the way down the ice. So basically going to kill off that entire power play, and they're going to get an icing here. Wow. So with 1 real-time second remaining on the penalty kill, Low Expectations is going to have an offensive zone draw.
Uh-oh.
As we take a quick look at the Twitch hold screen, essentially. Nice zone face-off win by Young Buffalo here, setting things up in the offensive end. Trying to take the lead. A beautiful feed towards the slot and a crashing teammate, but the shot was turned aside by Hollywood as we are, of course, skating 5-on-5 6v6 hockey.
Swag seems to be having some problems getting the puck out of the zone right now. He failed at clearing that twice, and then errant pass through the neutral zone. It's tough.
You can almost feel the frustration in that body check that he delivered there, but does not lead to any zone presence as here comes Low Expectations yet again. Racing towards the crease and pushing it on goal, but Hollywood making sure to just drop down and cover up with 12:25 to go here in regulation.
I feel like this has been all Low Expectations for the last half of the game.
Yeah, they basically, since I pointed out, as they get another quick shot off the faceoff, but a save was made. As soon as I pointed out that they needed to do something in the final 5 minutes of the second period, they did something. And then did it again and have really been pushing to do it again since, even despite taking the first penalty of this game. They killed that off immediately very well and even forced an icing in the closing seconds of their penalty kill. Neither of these teams has been great with the man advantage so far this season. They're both well under 10%. Trying to set something up offensively, though, with that backhand pass with Sniper, but could not do anything. And then a feed back to Sniper. I don't know if that deflected off of him. It did. Sniper's going to get the go-ahead goal, and it is once again good news on top as he and Gallo were just trading the puck. And what a great job of just tucking that one in past Yin. Nothing that goaltender could have done about it.
Yeah, good play down low by Sniper and Gallo both. Just working the boards and, retaining possession, making a good play to bring it out front. Good work.
Right around the halfway point here of this third period, and a big hit delivered to Drug as he dumped that one in. His teammates had to get back on side, so nothing doing there as Low Expectations rushes back in. A good steal made by Sniper, who has the go-ahead goal. Pass on ahead from Gala was intercepted, and now Low Expectations trying to re-enter the offensive end, but they do so offside. 7:44 to go here in this third period. Knife in Your Gut's apparently not a fan of his team's jerseys based off of a comment in the chat. He's referring to them as quote-unquote awful. I think the colors are there. It's kind of late Minnesota North Stars colors. Long shot taken, an easy save made by Yin. Yeah, covering up with under 7 minutes to go.
Give some black to those numbers.
Yeah.
You got black in your color scheme. Just go ahead and give that. Or even the orange might work.
It would be a little bit more visible, but yeah, I think the black numbers are the best way to go. Or even bring back those the North Stars. I know they're using the Avalanche jersey numbers, but use those old double drop shadow jersey numbers from the North Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just continue that look, and black outlined in green and gold or something like that. You're good to go. Final 5 minutes here, game number one. Beautiful passing sets up a huge opportunity, and another one waved off as Good News tucked that one in. Gala and Sniper were trading it back and forth, and the puck squeaks in, but I believe, again, contact with the goaltender is going to be the reason for that one to be waved off, and yeah, not even a review.
Yeah, seeing some good chemistry between the left wing and center, Gala and Sniper. They're both been playing on this team all season, and it seems like they know what each other are looking for, although... Woo!
And we are tied once again, just as we're talking about how well Good News is playing. It's Low Expectations picking up the goal, and yet again, Young Buffalo, as he's got his second of this contest.
Yeah, just getting it done off the forecheck there. They sent it in deep and got a turnover, and we're alone in front of the net. It's good.
And by the way, not only is that the second goal of the game for Young Buffalo, it's the second game-tying goal of the game for Young Buffalo. Not an easy thing to do when you were down 2-0. He was responsible for the second goal for his team, and then down 3-2, he ties it up yet again. And there's that Ottawa Senators or Ottawa 67's inspired tape job. Unassisted that time, so a couple of unassisted goals, the first and the third unassisted for Low Expectations. So we're under 4 minutes to go. We will see if this game will be decided in regulation time or if we will need overtime here. Low Expectations, nice little dump in from within the zone. Long shot taken, but that one right to the stick of Swag, and he clears the zone successfully. 2 minutes to go. Good news in the offensive end. That puck ends up towards the slot, but bounces off the stick of Dangles, and now it's rushed the other way. Quick chance, trying to play some defense is drugged, but it ends up being tucked right in. And for the first time today, Low Expectations has taken the lead.
BLK says take that one. Swagger just puts it in on his own goalie there. That's 2 own goals this game. That's tough to watch.
And Hancho getting credit for that goal. Do we know who would be using Hancho? Is that Hufu?
Hufu? I'm going to assume that it's Hufu. I'm pretty sure that he had the rush there at the very end.
So now under a minute to go. It is a real-time minute, but less than a minute for Good News to try and tie this game up and force OT. Here come Low Expectations.
Wow.
Quick chance on the forehand shot, and that is the dagger. Putting this game on ice with the sealing goal to make this a 5-3 contest. What a comeback by Low Expectations in this game. They're up 5-3, and that one, Hufu picking up his first. So I guess we'll figure out who Hancho was. I'm going to say that's maybe Ranger Gordita. Let's say that was Ranger Gordita. I don't know. We'll give that one to credit, but...
well, BLK is BLK. Hufu's Hufu. Buffalo is Dallin.
Young Buffalo, right. So it's either Flaming Dwagon, who I believe is Dwagon. So it's got to be Gordita, unless Yin was leading a rush.
Oh, no, it is Flaming Dwagon.
It is Dwagon, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dwagon is going to get credit with scoring a late goal here in the final 10 seconds. He'll have the game winner. Quick rush, try to make it 6-3, and they do. With 6 seconds left, it's Flaming Dwagon yet again, the head honcho for this team, picking up his second goal of the period.
This game was tied until about 30 seconds ago.
Unbelievable. Hufu and BLK picking up the assists, and another icing. Yet remarkable that this game is going to end at 6-3. We assume, unless maybe it's 7-3 off a quick shot off the faceoff by Young Buffalo looking for the hat trick. No, he wins it back. So 6-3, the final score. And yeah, this was a 3-3 game until the final minute. And it was a 3-2 lead for Good News on the other side.
With like a minute and a half left, it was a 3-2 lead. That's one that'll oh, and then you get the sniper highlight with the tie-breaking goal on the thanks EA for that one.
You know, I was actually expecting it to be a check. I was honestly expecting it to be like one of those big body checks, but whew.
Yeah, that's a demoralizing loss there. That's tough. You play a good game for the most part and collapse in the final minute. We'll see whether they can turn it around here in the second game.
They gave up 7 shots on goal in the second period and in the third, and that is really just, wow, look at that. Yeah, the game-tying goal with 4.5 minutes of game time left, the go-ahead goal with 1 minute and 20 or so left. Incredible. What a performance, what a comeback from Low Expectations. Good News, a 2-0 lead late in the second. It was tied at 2 going to the locker room. It was 3-2 Good News, and the final score ends up being 6-3 Low Expectations. So quite the game won. We got 2 games left. Well, it set the table for a pretty interesting night.
Yeah, Good News got to get back on the horse here and play like they did through the majority of that game. I thought Low Expectations turned it on kind of, about halfway through the second, but then Good News was able to again strike back and stay in it and put themselves in a good position to win the game. They just need to play like that and continue doing whatever they were doing before the last minute and a half happened.
Yeah, it was the last couple of minutes of each of the second and third periods. Outside of that, Good News, controlled play, or at the very least was, really good. And to be in a situation like that where they're, they had a bad, real time, we're talking maybe 60, 90 seconds to close out the second period. We're talking about, 2 minutes of real time hockey. in the third period, and that was the only time that Low Expectations scored a goal, was in the final couple of real-time minutes of the second and third periods. And goodness, though, they were in complete control in that time frame.
Yep. So we're gonna have a lineup change. Snipers going on center, and Gala moved to left wing.
Interesting.
I believe Gala was playing left-handed that game, so I wonder if he's gonna stay left-handed on left wing or whether he's gonna switch.
I had not seen the face-off numbers in that game. Was there a big difference on that? I mean, obviously the center does more than just take the draws, but
I think it was relatively even. I thought most of the stats looked relatively even. The time on attack, the hits, they were down in shots, but I don't think that it was anything egregious. Not that I noticed.
And if you take out the own goals, the shots were a bit closer.
Yeah.
So,
oh boy. BLK disconnected there, it looks like, so they're gonna have to search again.
Get a little sneak peek of the white version of the uniforms here for good news. Which they do look like something that the Senators probably considered. They're doing a rebrand for next season.
Are they?
Or at least expect to. They are. They're basically returning almost entirely or exactly to their original early 90s look.
With the logo, the
logo's going
old
back
circular logo?
A slightly updated version of the original 93 Senators logo.
Okay.
The tail and the cape and the 2D profile view of the Centurion.
Yeah, I really like that logo. I don't know why they ever changed off of that to the one that they're currently wearing.
Yeah, there's a better version that for some reason they just didn't seem to want to do, because it's never been on a jersey. But there's a better version of that Senator head that is a 2D one, and it's really I don't really know where I could put a link or anything, but if you basically just Google image search for Ottawa Senators logo alternate, it's the first image result from sportslogos.net. It is the Senator head in the circle, and there's no tail coming out behind it. It's just the cape comes out of the circle a little bit. And I thought that should have been their logo, because that would look amazing at center ice. But
yeah, that actually does look really good. I'm looking at that right now.
So but the one that they had is really cool. Yeah, sportslogos.net, and I believe Aesthetics also had reports on that. But they're going to go back to that like early 90s, mid 90s Senators jersey design, where it's the very simple, the two stripes on the elbow with the numbers in between the stripes, and the forearm being a solid color, I believe, solid color black on the white jerseys.
Hopefully, no more barber poles.
I love the barber pole as an alternate.
I am not a fan.
It's I don't know that I would necessarily want to see it every single game. I think that the way that they did it for their throwback was better than like the Ottawa 67s, where they did like true barber pole.
Yeah.
Because the Senators was like two very thick chest stripes and a double waist stripe.
Yep.
So it kind of looked like it was a barber pole, but it wasn't quite as over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a really good look. I do hope that maybe they'll come out with a red version of it for an alternate, because I think that would be really cool, because they appear to be going back to the black jersey as their base, so that would be interesting. So going back, trying to catch up on the chat a little bit here. Yeah, Hancho is Dwagon, so thank you, Swizzy, on that one. First time Game 1 has been won by Low Expectations in a series this season. So interesting.
Wow.
A knife in your guts. So, and he may have jinxed it by immediately following that up with possibly first series. So, knife in your guts. Just keep that in mind. If Low Expectations does not win one of the next two,
it's your fault.
It's your fault. Entirely your fault. So. Be interesting to see what happens with that. And Swizzy says that you changed the aways to black numbers, so I appreciate that very much. So thank you. That'll be a lot easier to be able to call out some names when we see that. But now the teams have found each other yet again. So we are going to see Sniper playing center, and Gala moving to. Is it Gala or I guess it would be. I'm just going to go with Gala.
I say Gala because I'm from New Jersey and that's how you pronounce A's. So.
So yeah, I guess it's that'll work. So. Yep, swapping positions there. Everybody else appears to be keeping the same spot on both sides. So, interesting to see how Period 1 starts for this game. That Period 1 in Game 1 was entirely a feeling out process. But the second and third periods were anything but. So, interesting to see if we kind of hit a reset and kind of go back to that, or if we see these teams just picking up. And Hollywood, I don't know how many O's there are in Hollywood's name.
There's a lot.
And he and Hufu just, I mean, he's playing goalie. You would think that he would replace all of the O's with zeros.
Absolutely.
Just, I think that's something that, if you want to update that, that would be my suggestion, at the very least the first one. It's a little bit of bragging on there. But now wearing the white jerseys still going up on your screen, that would be good news. And wearing the black jerseys going down on your screen is going to be low expectations. They're going to have the first quick rush, and puck just poked away. And then another chance, though, as well, was sent wide by low expectations. Here's setting up in the offensive end, but a good poke check made, and a steal by Dangles entering the offensive end, keeping possession. That cross-ice feed for Gallo was knocked away as the puck now in the corner. Quick little bank pass, still setting up in the offensive end.
Wow.
Gala entered and in. Great job quickly, just picking up a goal any way that they can. Good news, quickly up 1-0.
Yeah, I don't even know how that went in. It looked like Ian was on his post, but it just found the way.
Those are the types of goals you need when you're down in the series here, and Dangles and Sniper picking up the assists on that one. So you could say the lineup change paying off very quickly, as it's the left winger picking up the goal to open things up. It's already his third of the night here early on in the first period of game number 2. This rookie only had 2 goals in 8 games entering tonight. He's got 3 goals in 3 1/4 periods.
Yeah, big time showing for Gala out there, making his presence known.
Bit of a coming out party for him to see if what he could do. Nice little pass, and here comes Gala yet again, rushing in, pulls up in the corner. That bank pass just did not get the bounce he was hoping for, as it was aimed back for swag and ended up going 200 feet all the way down the ice. Centering feed goes off the defenseman's body and not cleared out of the zone. Sniper unable to fully recover enough to pick up the puck, though. It does roll on net, where Yin will cover up for a whistle with 13:32 to go.
That Omaha pass attempt was there to, I think it was Hufu was streaking down the ice behind the defense. That would have gotten through.
Unfortunate break. Just we saw in that first game where the puck being bounced off of the defenseman paid off, and just negated any possible icing and slowed the defenseman down because of that animation when you get hit with a puck that gets blasted at you. But in that case, resulted in a big offensive chance for Good News. And Low Expectations trying to get an offensive opportunity here. The puck came right towards the low slot, but it was scooped up by Good News and cleared out of the zone. And now a chance on the other end for Gala, and we're going to catch up with the camera, but it is Low Expectations with the puck. Breaking in here. Bank pass off of the backboards, and that one ends up coming out of the zone. Good job there by Dangles, getting enough on momentum behind that puck for it to just carry itself across the blue line and back towards neutral ice. About 9 minutes left to go here in this first period. A 1-0 lead for Good News. Gala picking up that one goal. There's a quick shot and another goal, and it's Gala picking up his second of the game of the period and 4th of the night already.
Snipes it 5-hole. Ian, that's a tough one, man. The guy's sitting butterfly, at least from what I saw, and it just goes in anyway. It's unfortunate.
Dangles and the Sanchez. Mark Sanchez picking up an assist. Long shot. That one through some traffic got deflected in front and then back for another opportunity from Dangles and a save made by Yin. He has been tested a lot in this first period.
Sanchez doing anything that he can these days, I guess. Is he still backup for Dallas?
Was he a backup? Jeez, I don't even know at this point. I mean, I remember him running into an offensive lineman, fumbling the football return for a touchdown. And after that, it's just been there's been nothing else he's done that could have been referenced that would overshadow that.
Yeah.
I think he's a studio analyst at this point. Like, I want to say he's doing like college football. Although there's just a lot of USC quarterbacks that end up doing studio analyst work.
2016 backup for Denver and Dallas, then backup for the Chicago Bears in 2017, and backup for the Washington Redskins in 2018.
And so Snoop Double G, by the way, joining us in the broadcast booth for the second period. So cannot wait for Snoop to join us. Always love seeing that little pop up there. So we have an icing whistle at 4:33 to go. Just want to point out, knife in your guts, this is currently on you. Just a, little random comment. 2-0 in the first period. Neither team scored in the first, but here's a quick little Omaha play.
Oof.
Great job picking up the puck and pushed right on goal, and nearly a second chance as Hollywood managed to make the save but could not corral it into his glove. Huge chance for Low Expectations. Their first real one of this game, but they could not beat Hollywood.
Blue Line King just putting on an Omaha clinic back there. Guys just throwing them up all the time, and they're getting through. Flaming Dragon and Hufu are both breaking.
He is playing. It's reminding me of like watching Florida Gulf Coast in the NCAA tournament a few years ago when they were just alley-oop after alley-oop all the time. And this is kind of that equivalent where it's just from half court throwing up an alley-oop, just waiting to see it work. It's just a highlight reel. None of them have turned into goals just yet. There's a cross-ice feed that was a little off the mark intended for Gala, and Low Expectations will pick up the puck. Final 30 seconds of period number 1, and touched for an offside with 17.4 to go in the period. We'll see if Low Expectations can cut into this lead, or at the very least get another opportunity here before the close of period number 1. Low Expectations and Good News, an even split on faceoffs. That puck pushed towards the net, but a little bit wide, and we will go to the locker rooms with a 2-0 game in favor of Good News. This is the first period that has come to a close with a difference in score that was not the third. It was 0-0 after 1 the first time in the first period, and 2-2 after 2 in game number 1. And now a 2-0 lead for Good News here after 20 minutes of play in game number 2.
Getting a look at Gala's second goal.
Ooh.
Yeah, he wasn't in Butterfly. He went down late and just couldn't get the pads down.
It almost looked like that was more of like that 80s style goaltending where it was about to transform into Butterfly, but it was still kind of just like kicking at it.
Yeah. It's a tough animation you get as a goalie sometimes. It's weird like how reliant that position is on your computer to do the work for you a little bit. You can't control every limit of goalie. You can't do everything that the goalie needs you to do, but you just gotta wait for EA to make saves for you sometimes, and sometimes it's just not gonna happen.
It's a 2-0 hole, but we have already seen Low Expectations overcome a 2-0 deficit once tonight. They also overcame a 3-2 deficit and ended up with a 6-3 win, but here's a big pass on ahead. Quick chance. Good back check, but again, that Omaha attempt blocked and kept in the zone momentarily, but finally skated out of the zone. I believe that is that BLK with it.
BLK, yeah.
Offensive chance here for Low Expectations. That cross ice pass never got through as Good News cleared the zone and just dumps it in, and all the way out to a little girl from Shawinigan.
Yeah, strong arms on that one, putting that all the way in the net from outside the blue line.
16:21 left in the second as the puck is dropped for a neutralized face-off, and sent into the offensive end by Good News. They will set things up here. Quick feed towards the high slot. That shot was blocked as Dangles was trying to get that one quick off his stick on that centering feed. Good steal made by the center sniper. Puck still in the offensive end for his team, but Good News trying to track it down, chase it down. Can they make the steal? They do. Nice steal made by Sniper. With it, feeds it down low. Gala trying to get it right back, but got pushed off the puck, and Low Expectations will skate it out and now skate into the offensive end. Under 13.5 to play. Ooh, that little between the legs no-look pass ended up coming all the way back towards neutral ice, as Low Expectations will have to reset. BLK was there to feed it, or to pick it up on the pass, but it's about 20 feet outside of the offensive zone. Bank pass tipped and intercepted by Swag and cleared out of the zone up for Gala. Big hit delivered. Swag just laying down the body. Low Expectations coming back in the offensive end. Maintaining possession, they do. Good job playing keep away there. The puck's still in the offensive zone, but finally stolen. And Gala will move it out. Now in the offensive zone. Long shot taken, but well wide, and that will whip all the way back down. That's kind of an unfortunate break. And that's why you really don't want to miss the net when you're taking those long shots. At the very least, get it on goal, because when you miss the net from that far out, you're going to have enough energy on it where it's just going to carry quite a bit. As at least on my screen, I'm having a little bit of a refresh here, so I'm going to refresh my screen to see what is happening there.
Got oh wow, big goal. Dangles putting in the goal on shot from Gala, just a nice little rebound, and sits in the crease. Dangles takes care of the garbage, and people will be shouting pigeon at him.
Yeah, that's another one of those ones where it looked like Yin was going to be able to just corral it, and it just did not stick on him. My feed resumed just in time for me to see the celebration of that goal. So 6.5 to play here, 6:25, as we have an icing whistle. And now a 3-0 lead for Good News. It is their biggest lead of the day. Low Expectations won game 1 by a score of 6-3. Overcoming deficits of 2-0 and 1-0. And a quick shot right there. A really nice little series of passes to set that one up. But the save is made by Hollywood, and he'll hang on for another whistle.
Now, I know that they're down in the game right now, but I really like what Low Expectations is doing on offense, even more so than what Good News has done. Good News has gotten the results, and they're up 3-0 in this game right now, but I feel like Low Expectations has had the better offensive chances of the two teams.
Hufu would try to center that one, but as we have a huge hit right behind the Low Expectations net. The centering feed, though, was just intercepted off of that chance off face-off. Now a rush. Low Expectations, the quick shot. And a second one, as that one was knocked down by a defenseman in front. And the second chance goes on goal, but an interference penalty is coming against Good News. So for the first time today, we're going to see a power play chance for Low Expectations as Swag going off for 2 minutes.
The captain getting a little rambunctious. Hollywood had the puck covered, and he tried to hit the dude after the whistle, I guess, and goes to the box for 2 minutes for it before the whistle happened.
Power play this year for Low Expectations has not been good, just 5.7% success rate. Penalty kill on the other side for Good News, 73.9%. Long shot taken from the point, that one blockered down by Hollywood, and the zone has been cleared as we are past the halfway point of this power play chance. Trying to set things back up under 25 seconds. Quick shot taken. The puck was loose in the blue paint momentarily, but a good job by Drug getting in there and sweeping the puck clear of the crease. Sent out of the zone, and we're back to 5-on-5, 6v6 hockey. Another opportunity from Low Expectations, but Hollywood playing well so far in this game. Another long clear, and
no ice?
That was weird. That was just a strange one there. Drop passes picked off by Gala and cleared out of the zone. Final 3 seconds, maybe one chance for Low Expectations, but the shot won't make it on goal. And we go to the locker rooms after 40. It is a 3-0 lead for Good News.
Yeah, good news. They're getting the chances that they need, and they're just putting it in the back of the net. Gala's taking shots. He's obviously got the hot stick right now, and he's just putting rubber on the net, and it's working out for them. He had a part in all 3 goals. He scored 2, and the last one was a rebound off of his shot. So keep it up.
Gala's been outstanding tonight for his team. 2 goals in game 1, 2 goals and a big assist here in game number 2. And now 20 minutes left in this second game. Low Expectations had a big comeback in game 1. Do they have another one in them here for game number 2? Quick breakout chance. Dangles in, tucks it in for the goal. It is 4-0 as Dangles now with a pair.
Yeah, great breakout pass by Swag. Recovers the puck in his zone and is immediately looking up ice. Sees Dangles breaking, and he just gets by the D.
Beautiful pass, and to do something like that this early in the third period, I guess has to just lower expectations for themselves in this game.
Comes Dangles
Another
again.
Breakout chance. Dangles for the hat trick. Got taken down, so it's going to be a power play chance. Charging is the call, as it'll be the centerman, Young Buffalo, going off. So a big opportunity here for Sniper off of the faceoff, facing a wing. He wins it. Quick little wrister taken, but Dangles could not get a lot on that, and it was also blocked. Now the zone has been cleared by Low Expectations. First power play chance of this game for Good News. They were 0 for 1 in game number 1. Big hit in neutral ice delivered by Hufu. At least slowing down the offensive rush for Good News here. Big collisions, just left and right. Offensive zone chance. Good News with the man advantage for another 40 seconds. Thrown towards the net, turned aside, and cleared back towards center. Ooh, and just barely offside with Snipers. He tried to time it and rush in, but instead a neutralized faceoff is coming up. Big hit discrepancy, but this is a situation where I think the 3-to-1 ratio is more because Good News has had the puck a lot. And that's when you get to deliver a hit when your opponent has possession, as we're back to 5-on-5, 6v6. Low Expectations
Nice.
on the rush. Quick feed and a shot on goal. The puck again loose, and then just handed back to the goaltender by Drug, as Hollywood will cover up for the whistle. 14:32 left.
Nice work by Hollywood reading that play there. Saw the pass coming and got over.
Young Buffalo trying to win the draw. He does, but it ends up splitting the defenseman and going all the way back into the Low Expectation zone. It's a 4-goal hole right now for Low Expectations. Long shot whistling well wide, but held in the zone. Kept by Gordita, trying to center, but that one right and intercepted by Swag. Cleared out of the zone, and here on the rush comes Gala. Puck is low, but ends up being picked up by Low Expectations and cleared out of the zone. Flaming Dwagon got it into the zone, but lost possession of it. Could not keep possession while entering. And now we're down to just over 11 minutes left. Interesting to see the camera movement here. 2-on-1 rush. Low Expectations went for the feed. He had the lane, but opted not to shoot. And the pass went to the corner boards, and it eventually leads to Hollywood just covering up. Unfortunate for Low Expectations to not even get a shot on goal, really, or at least not get a good shot on goal out of that rush. Type off the defensive zone draw, goes to Good News. They managed to clear it out of the zone, but it's brought right back in by Low Expectations. Nice spin, fed down low, and pushed just wide. Another chance. Trying to just tuck it in, maybe looking for that wraparound try, but could not get it past the side of the net. And it will be Good News clearing the zone successfully. Gala with it. Feed on ahead for Sniper, and back for Gala. Dumps it in. Chasing it down will be the defenseman Drug. Dropping it and handing it off to Dangles. Quick little spinning wraparound tuck attempt by Gala, but covered up by Yin. Gala with 2 goals, Dangles with 2 goals, both of them looking for that hat trick.
Yeah, Gala just looks dangerous right now. Guy's hot, you can tell.
Breakout performance for him. He only had a pair of goals in 8 games entering tonight. He's had two goal games, and he's got 7 minutes left to try and get a hat trick here in game number 2.
The jinx is on.
I mean, I'd have to overcome the knife in your guts jinx in order to pull that one off, so we'll see what happens. 5.5 left to play here. Chance wrapping around. Gala could not get it to go as it was well read by the Low Expectations defense, and now the offense getting a chance to rush the other way. Centered off of the leg pad of Hollywood, and the puck comes back out of the zone. You saw what they were trying to do on that play, but it just did not work.
Good shot.
Quick shot, knocked down. Now on the rush. Gala in the offensive end has it taken away from him as he entered along the sideboards. Under 3 minutes to go here in this third period. Low Expectations trying to get on the board, and they'll tuck it in. That is goal number 1 of the game, breaking the shutout.
Yeah,
I believe it's going to be credited to Hufu.
Getting in there. Got the LT Dangles moving around Drug Monkey and Dangles on that side, and was able to get Hollywood short side again. I think that team needs to do that a little bit more. They've gotten Hollywood short side a couple times tonight. They need to test them more.
It is a 4-1 game, so about 70 seconds of real-time hockey left, and a delayed penalty is coming, so it'll be a power play chance for Low Expectations to close out the game. Here they are on the delayed penalty. Quick feed, and that shot was deflected wide. Touched with 55.9 to go, so we will close this game out with a power play chance for Low Expectations. They're down by 3, but if they can capitalize here, at least that would be some momentum going into game number 3, and they do immediately off the draw. Beautiful feed and a goal from Flaming Dwagon.
Hey, they scored 3 goals in a minute and a half last game. I wouldn't count them out yet.
Hufu and Buffalo picking up the assists on that one. It is a 4-2 game. They have been scoring goals very quickly, but that one, that Omaha attempt they've been just doing endlessly in the series so far, was knocked down and eventually brought in offside by Dangles. So a little under 44 seconds left to go.
And another one?
Another one. Ooh, touched for an icing. That's just one of those situations, I think, where had the bounce gone towards the Low Expectations player instead of right towards the Good News defenseman, I think that may have been beaten, because the puck bounced out further than the hash mark, so they couldn't race to the hash mark. They had to race to the puck. Here's a quick little break-in chance. Low Expectations trying to spin it towards the net, but it was knocked down by the defense of Good News and cleared out of the zone. Another rush. Big hit delivered by Drug right at the blue line. Puck is in deep. Can't clear it. Good. Low Expectations. Rebound chance! It's a 1-goal game with 19 seconds left!
BLK getting on the board down low again.
Was that BLK or Gordita picking up the goal?
I think it was BLK.
It was BLK. You are correct.
Oh.
Puck. Ooh, Hollywood nearly had that one stolen away. Breakaway pass. Gala for the hat trick. Backhand. Pops the bottle. 5-3. This game is finally in the books as Gala picking up the hat trick on the beautiful breakout pass.
Ooh, Good News is feeling a lot better after that one. It's 2 games in a row. They gave up a bunch of goals at the very end of the game, and fortunately for them on this one, Low Expectations isn't going to be able to complete the comeback here.
Hollywood, by the way, the goaltender picking up an assist, the secondary one on that. Swag in this period, 2 beautiful home run passes that have both turned into goals, and this is a 5-3 final. Turned out to be much closer than this game looked like it was going to be.
Yeah, Good News, controlled pace of play for a majority of that game, and Low Expectations came out at the end of the game and said, you know what, we got to get some goals on the board. We gotta figure out how to score here, and they did. They just too little, too late. But that's something you need to carry over into the next game. You need to say, hey, what did we do here differently at the very end of this game to be able to get back into it? How do we do that again? I mean, 17-28, 1907, 1917. They scored all their goals in the last 3 minutes of the game. So they got to do it again, and just get pressure like that in Game 3 here.
So the series is now tied 1-1. If you are a fan of low expectations and you're looking for someone to blame, I suggest knife in your guts. Just saying.
Pummy Army in the chat is asking how Dangles is doing. Dangles had 2 goals in the last game. I'm not sure he had any points in the first game. He may have had a couple of assists.
He had 1 assist.
One assist in the first game.
Yeah, he had 2 assists in this game as well.
So he had 4 points. 4-point game 2 for Dangles over there on right wing.
Yep. Gala had the hat trick and an assist. Swag with 2 huge assists to close out game 2, scoring 4. Good news on that one. So now, each team with 2 points. It's going to be a pretty big game 3 when it comes to trying to close the gap in the standings, because it's still a 4-point separation between these teams in the standings. Good news with a few games in hand, but big difference if you're good news between being 6 points back of 10th place with 3 games in hand and being 2 points back of 10th place with 3 games in hand.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is a must-win for them if I'm in their shoes. Most of the games down the rest of the season are going to be must-win games for them if they want to make playoffs. So you got to start it here. They made a switch last game to put Sniper on center and Gallo on left wing, and that seems to have worked. I felt like they had more control of the game 2 for the most part than they did in game 1. But yeah, we'll see what they have in store for game 3. Low expectations is going to come out with a lot of pressure. They're probably going to try a lot more Omahas, so you got to be cognizant of that as Swagger and Drug Monkey are. Yeah, we'll see how these boys do, as it looks like Swag just dropped out of the locker room for some reason. So
yeah. But I have never seen a team attempt as many Omahas as Low Expectations has in this series.
And Swagger has taken has seen that as well, and in our main chat room in the 239 Discord has put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 20 slaps in the chat room to let us all know what he thinks of that strategy.
And he had another one as well at the tail end, separate, but yeah, wow. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, it's been those Omaha plays we've seen have generated a lot of opportunities for Low Expectations, but the ones that have not worked have immediately turned into scoring chances for Good News, because we've seen a number of them get blocked, especially in game 2, where they got knocked down just inside the blue line on a few occasions and essentially were just bad turnovers.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-2 basically the other way, and you've got no forward help coming because they're breaking so far down ice. Like, there's just, you got to make sure it at least gets out of the zone if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the Omaha, you die by the Omaha. It's one of those things. I don't know that they actually have turned into goals necessarily for Good News, but when you give up that many scoring chances because of failed attempts on that, it's, the scoring chances just pile up. So eventually you're going to give up a goal at some point. When more scoring chances you allow, the more likely that is. That's, I think that's like a Booger McFarland type quote, but
is that an old John Madden quote? You gotta score a touchdown to win the game.
Yeah. I remember, man, there was what was the game? I think I was watching the first Manning brother bowl where it was Eli versus Peyton. I was in college. I was watching a game where John Madden was on the call, and I was at Florida State, and he made some remark about a double bubble as far as a defensive alignment. Okay. And what he was referring to was that the middle linebackers lined up in between and slightly behind the gaps between the defensive linemen. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like defensive end, and then as a triangle, above would be the linebacker, and then
the D tackle.
Below. Right. But I'm like, I'd never heard that expression, and a friend of mine that I was watching the game with had a class the next day with one of FSU's football players. So we asked him, "Is like, is a double bubble a thing?" And he goes, "No. What is that?" He's like, "I have no idea. John Madden just said it on the broadcast last night. And we were wondering what that was." But Madden with Summerall was amazing, and I mean, Al Michaels, great commentator too. You can take nothing away from the guy. It's just, there were a lot of funny Maddenisms, I guess, towards the end of his career there.
It's Dualism, who I believe is Ian, says, it felt like I was in a 2015 Denver Broncos game with the amount of Omahas. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
BLK is our very own Peyton Manning back there. I'm sure he's shouting it in the party every time he does it.
If he's got the endorsement deal on the forehead, then there you go. That's three of the big things that makes Peyton Manning Peyton Manning. The other big things obviously being the incredible amount of skill to be a football player and the ability to be a field general, but that's a different story. So, anyway, game 3 here. Low expectations again going down on your screen. They are wearing the white. Going up on your screen in black is good news. A quick shot chance there by Low Expectations. They have changed their jersey number colors, and there's a quick one-time feed. The rebound on the doorstep and a beautiful little dance celebration as Hufu picking up the goal. It is the earliest lead we have seen by Low Expectations in this series.
Yeah, Hufu doing the running man down the middle of the ice on the goal. That was a good one.
Again, that's one of those things that I love about seeing different players, different teams in this league, is that you get to see all the individual celebrations as Hufu again drops it back, and another goal just like that. Low Expectations up 2-0 as BLK, his second point of this game and first goal of this one, although his third goal of the entire
series. Yeah.
Goal in all 3 unassisted, but you got to give credit to Hufu on that one. I'm marking that down as a Hufu assist because he lost position on the spin. I don't think it was an intentional pass, but having it poked off of his stick turned into a beautiful drop pass for BLK. Big hit in neutral ice as that puck was dumped in by Gala. And Low Expectations again clearing out the zone, and they're going to skate back in as my stream is catching up here for a second. Offensive opportunity here. Long shot taken, knocked down right in front. The puck's still loose, and finally, Swag unable to clear the zone. One-time feed towards the slot. That shot was blocked. Still an offensive zone chance as that feed looking down low for Flaming Dwagon was intercepted. Another opportunity. I think I'm a couple seconds behind. One-time feed. It's 3-0.
Yeah, go ahead and refresh there. I think when you delayed for a second, it put you behind. But yeah, big early timeout by Good News, and you see the time on attack difference. Low Expectations is at 1:19. Good News is at a solid 0-0-0 for their time on attack. This has been all Low Expectations in the first couple minutes of Game 3. 3-0 lead for Low Expectations. It's a tough hole that they're going to need to climb out of, but there's a lot of time to do it.
Hufu and BLK each picking up assists, so each of them now have 1 goal and 2 assists so far in this game, and we are just 7.5 minutes in. And another rush, another chance as that puck ends up towards the corner boards. Scooping it up. It's got to be the black numbers.
Yeah, they made the change. It's all good.
That shot ends up high and well over the net. Still an opportunity here. Flaming Dwagon was trying to rush towards the center. The puck is loose. It rolls on goal as Hollywood just reaches out to cover up. 10:54. Needed that whistle. Needed to get some kind of stoppage on that rush because this has been all Low Expectations so far, about halfway through the first period of this third game of the series. 7-0 the shots on goal. Unreal. And it's not even based off of Omahas. This is just rushes and keeping the zone. A beautiful poke. This leads to another chance, but a good job there finally recovering by Gala as they will clear the zone by Good News, because that one nearly turned into another huge chance for Low Expectations. Here comes Low Expectations on another rush, but they lost the puck coming across the blue line, and now a chance the other way. Gala trying to get his team on the board. Quick wrister knocked down by Yin as he's tested for the first time in this game. Good job there of holding his position as he'll cover up for the whistle. 7:51 to go here in the first. And yeah, Yin in the chat says, well, it's up to me not to blow this game for us now. It is a 3-0 lead that he has been spotted before he faced the first shot of the game from Good News. No pressure. Feed down low intended for Flaming Dwagon was intercepted. A good try by Young Buffalo. And now another breakout. Chance goes to the backhand. A great back check and a great steal by Swag, the captain, coming away with a steal, because had he not gotten his stick in there, this would have been easily a 4-0 game.
Yeah, good play by Swag and timing that poke check to not take a penalty either.
That would have been what would have been termed a good penalty had it resulted in one, because the moves that were pulled on Hollywood had him on the opposite side of the crease from where he needed to be to make the save. So at that point, whatever you had to do to knock the puck away and make sure that didn't go in would have been worth it. But yeah, to be able to pull that off without taking a penalty is remarkable. Here's another rush for Low Expectations. Ooh. And that loose puck off of the Chance. It wasn't necessarily a shot, but it just ended up rolling wide. One-time feed, that slap shot blocked in the lane by Drug. Big Chance, Low Expectations again. That one-time shot goes off of a skate and ends up wide. Relentless offense by Low Expectations in this first period of play.
Well, that's what they needed to do, too. They were able to score at will when they needed to in both the games previous to this. They ended up losing one of them. But they've obviously stepped up their forecheck from what they were doing in the whole games besides the final minute.
Long shot from the point ended up going wide towards the corner. My screen for some reason keeps refreshing for a second at a time. Dwagon with that little spinning backhander on goal is covered up with 5 seconds left in the first period. So one last face-off here, it would seem, before we go to the locker room after one. And it's a 3-0 game for Low Expectations with the offensive zone draw. Trying to get my stream back here.
Yeah, big save by Hollywood off the face-off. 1.9 seconds left. And, looks like these guys are going to go 3-0 into the locker room.
Buffalo will be taking that draw to the right of Hollywood. Quick face-off win. That slap shot would have been in time, but it was well high and wide. So yeah, we are going to the locker room. It is 3-0 in favor of Low Expectations. Last game it was 2-0 in favor of Good News. And of course, in a period with 3 goals by Low Expectations, it's a hit from Good News. That would be the play of the period.
Absolutely, that is definitely the play of the period, in my opinion. It's nothing better.
How could it have been anything else? It had to be. I mean, that one hit really changed the momentum of that game from
100%.
Man, taking a look at the stats here, 9-1. It was 7-0 in shots. It ends up being 9-1 in the period. Just remarkable. The time of the attack, 340 to 36 seconds. The passing percentage is really, I think, where you can kind of apply everything else. 80% to 57%. Low Expectations doing a great job of making sure that Good News just does not connect on their passes. And when you're basically turning the puck over, if you try more than one pass, it's just not going to work.
Aren't those such cool stats to look at in the middle of a hockey game that you're calling? Like, you don't get that in the live broadcast. You have no idea what a passing percentage is or what the time on it. I mean, you can eyeball it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, the NHL's gotten good with keeping some live stats being tracked, but yeah, you don't often get that. You usually get the shots on goal, and you get the obviously you'll get hits and face-offs and that sort of thing. But those are a really nice thing to be able to see in esports. It's something that you get immediate access to because it's all computers anyway. So one-time feed there. First real big opportunity for Good News of this game, but does not even result in a shot on goal. An Omaha try is blocked by Gala. He gets a shot on goal trying to go short side on Yin, but good job hugging the post and covering up with 16:34 left in this period.
Yeah, another Omaha attempt by Blue Line getting blocked in their zone. leading to a 3-on-2, but unfortunately, Good News not able to do anything with that. Long shot that almost went in.
It did. Interesting, just catching the goaltender Yin just a little off the post, but could not beat him. And yeah, BLK was trying to clear it on that one, couldn't get enough on the clearing shot, wrapping around the boards, but that was really the first or second Omaha try we've seen in this game. They haven't needed it in this game. They've just had rush after rush in the first period.
Okay.
Late penalty coming. And Low Expectations now going to the power play. They were 1 for 2 in game number 2. And Young Buffalo will have this on the side I think he would want to just win it back to the defenseman in the center of the ice. He does. It goes to the wing, right back to Young Buffalo. Quick shot taken, and Hollywood makes the save. Buffalo from the corner, circling with a good job poking that away by Drug. And a little breakout pass attempt for Gallo was intercepted and moved out.
Oh.
So the power play, and that one I think did that hit the top of the net?
I think Hollywood might have gotten a blocker on that one.
Huge chance and a nice break, a nice save by Hollywood, turning that one aside. Final 30 seconds of this man advantage. Low Expectations trying to build on that 3-0 lead. Interesting, just like sliding hip check attempt from Flaming Dragon on that one. From like 30 feet away. Like huge speed and just drops the hip as we're back to 5-on-5 6v6 hockey. Nothing doing on the power plays. We have an offside whistle with 11:55 left in this middle period. I've never seen someone pick up that kind of speed and to avoid getting a charge, just decide to go into hip check mode for like 20 feet.
Yeah, there's some goofy things you can do with the game here.
I was really disappointed that they changed the button combination for the hip check.
For the hip check, yeah. It's a very convoluted mess right now for how to do that.
That's, because I love being able to do the hip check as a defenseman if someone was coming in along the boards. Like in that situation, if I had been in Swag's shoes, I would have just dropped the hip.
Yep.
And, a little wraparound trying to tuck it in, gets through the knees, but not through the skates of Hollywood, so reaching back to cover up for a whistle. But yeah, it's now a weird combination instead of just being one button. I liked it when it was just the single button. It worked a lot better. I don't even attempt them anymore because it's just...
Yeah, I don't even know what the button combination. I think it's like left bumper and in click on the right stick. I have no idea.
And it was just like click in on the right stick, I think, in previous year.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, of course that makes sense. You would control hitting by moving the right stick, so why not control dropping into the hip check position by pushing it in?
I think it was when they added the chop. You could just chop the puck along the boards, which was a good feature, but I don't know.
I feel like they could have found an easier way to combine those two.
Yeah, there's like 3 buttons in the game that don't actually do anything, so it's interesting that they just decided to move another one and add a modifier to it.
Yeah, big opportunity there, by the way, for Low Expectations. Just could not beat Hollywood. And an icing, though, against Good News, so the faceoff coming all the way back into their end. Yeah, it's also weird when you're adding a new feature and you've got, like, empty buttons, and you're moving around with the combination that you wouldn't just put the new feature into the new one. Like, why would you, it's kind of I guess in 2 years, no one will remember that hip check was just pushing the button if they decide to keep it. But there's a beautiful feed and a goal. Flap the arms. That's got to be Flaming Dragon with that kind of celebration.
That is, yeah. Ranger Gordita getting her first point of the night, I think. First point in 2-3-9.
Yep, Hufu and Gordita. Gordita did get an assist in the third period of game number 2, according to my record keeping. But congratulations either way on a big night there. And hey,
promptly takes a penalty.
Yeah. First time on the penalty minute sheet, so congratulations on that, as we're going to have a power play chance for Good News. The bad news is they are 0 for 2 with the man advantage tonight. Centering feed, that one right and intercepted, is trying to get a angles cleared out of the zone, trying to chase it down while shorthanded. They get there first. That is Low Expectations with it. Can they do something while shorthanded? Chance, trying to go stick side and tuck that one in was Hufu, but a nice save made by Hollywood as the puck cleared out of the zone. 50 seconds left as they enter the offensive end. Drug trying to set something up. Gets it down low. trying to break through here in game number 3 and get on the board. A slap shot results in a chance with a puck down low. Another one is blocked as Dangles just hit the knee of a defenseman. Centering feed, and that one is still loose. Reaching back and covering up is Yin, as that one again got like right underneath his shins, but he managed to close the legs and cover up for Whistle. Back to 5-on-5, 6v6. And there's that Omaha play as Ranger Gordita, fresh from the box, chases it down and gets there. Chance. Goal! It is 5-0 as Young Buffalo picks up the goal.
The goal celebrations are great.
McMahon, Connor...
the Conor McGregor walkout.
I kept wanting to be like McDavid, but it's not. I'm just back in hockey mode since the NHL is finally resuming play here. It is the Vince McMahon walk, though.
Yeah.
PKM. Yeah, it's wow, runaway of a game here. 5-0 late in the second period. Faceoff is won by Good News. A quick feed down low and a shot, but Yin makes the save on the shot from Dangles. And again, if you are a fan of Good News and you are looking for someone to blame, I suggest Knife in Your Guts for pointing out that they won game 1 of the series, and maybe they'll win game 2 also, and pick up their first series win of the season. Multiple goals for Flaming Dwagon in this contest. He picked up the second in period number 2. Good positioning on that one. And yep, flapping the arms. Love that barber pole hockey stick. It is a 5-0 contest. Low expectations. 20 minutes away from a series win, which would at least give them some distance from the 11th placed Good News team in the standings here for this 16th season of the 239 Hockey League.
Yeah, low expectations just came out hot. You could tell that they wanted this game. Nearly a shot, 16-4.
7-3 in that period. It was 9-1 in the first.
Triple on the Taiwan attack.
Yeah, it's all low expectations in this one. We have seen comebacks in this series already, so even though we're entering the third and it's 5-0, it's, you never want to say never, especially when you've seen a 3-goal deficit overcome in game number 2 and a 2-goal deficit overcome in game number 1. 5 is a lot different. It's literally the sum of those 2 deficits, but
yeah, you got to get on the board early here if you're Good News, if you want to stand a chance in this one. I'd like to see them activate their D a little bit. Drug Monkey and Swag can both play. They can both move the puck really well. I want to see them get involved in the offense some.
Swag took a big hit, but there's a nice blocker saved by Yin on Sniper. Try to go backhand and go top shelf there, but offside as that puck just barely came out across the line.
That was a great move by Sniper. A little toe drag around the defenseman for the backhand. That was a nifty little shot.
Fortunately for him, could not beat the goaltender. Here's a chance for Dangles, trying to get around a defenseman as well, but could not properly dangle around the D. I guess that would just be an angle.
Oh, wow.
Quick shot, rebound chance, and a nice big save made by Hollywood, who, despite giving up 5 goals in this game, has made a couple of big saves. He's been tested a lot.
Yeah, there have been a lot of good scoring chances against him in this game. There's a lot of quality in those 16 shots that they had going into this period.
Another big chance. That went in, but Hollywood hugging the post and getting the leg out there to make the stop. Yeah, I mean, if they're up to like maybe 18, 19 shots at this point, I think it's probably 18. Long shot deflected in front, Yin making the save. But yeah, if they're in the upper teens with shots on goal, half of them have been really big chances for low expectations. I mean, you're talking about basically double-digit, strong scoring opportunities for low expectations that Hollywood has had to make the save on, and he's basically about 50-50 on it. Dangles knocked down and off the puck, and again a long home run pass attempt for low expectations, but it could not connect. Dangles with the feed up for the defenseman Swag in the corner, pushed out the puck. An opportunity there trying to tuck it in was Gala. He's got the puck behind, looking for that wraparound try, but lost it off the side of the net, and low expectations will rush in again. Centering feed, nice little no-look backhand pass attempt by Gordita, but could not connect on it. Good news, losing possession in the offensive end, and now we're halfway through this third period. On the rush, trying to force it in, and it goes in. It is 6-0 as Hufu now with 2 goals in this game.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker. I mean, if the other ones weren't, that one was. That's just tough. Drive it into the net. Goalie makes a good stop, and it just bounces out to the other player, and there's not really a whole lot you can do as Drug or Hollywood in that situation.
And a tripping penalty coming up. Quick on that delayed penalty. They had another really nice chance of that one-time feed, but it's going to be a penalty against
Gala.
Gala, yeah, going off for 2 minutes here. Low expectations with a chance to further put this one away. They're 0 for 1 in this game. They were 1 for 2 in the last one, and they have set up the zone here. BLK getting in deep, circling with it.
Oof.
In the high slot, just rips that shot wide. He was trying to go high blocker on Hollywood, who ended up just reaching back and covering up as that puck missed the net. Six goals matches the output from game number 1. It is now 7. Celebrate all you want. Hufu now the hat trick here in game number 3. An exclamation mark on an unbelievable performance from this team in this contest.
Is that the first power play goal of this series?
It is the second. Flaming Dragon had a power play marker in game number 2.
Okay.
And their power play percentage is going to skyrocket after this series.
5%, I think he said it was. Yeah.
5.7, and they've scored 2 on quick chance generated there as Dangles tried to get his own rebound as well, but could not. They are right now 1 for 2 in this game. They were 1 for 2 in the last one, so they are 2 for 4 in the series. So that power play percentage might double or even triple at that point. Chance for Dangles down low, but a nice save is made by Yin. We're down to 4 minutes left in this game. 7-0. They've kicked the extra point. Hufu with a power play goal to complete the hat trick. The puck is loose in the blue paint for a moment as Hollywood will cover up with 3:19 left.
Yin hasn't been tested a whole lot in this game, but the opportunities that he's faced have been pretty quality. He's done a pretty good job to earn where he's at right now.
Goes to show, though, just how good this offense is on another huge chance for low expectations, as that was Flaming Dragon looking for his hat trick. That the offense for low expectations has just been so good that Yin could have a save percentage of basically 0 in this game, and he'd still be in line for a win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not often that you see a team get the touchdown and kick the extra point. As 2 huge hits, as Hufu was down at center ice, as was Gala. This is Gala with the puck. Quick little wrister off the blocker of Yin and towards the corner. Final real-time 60 seconds of this game, of this series. Low Expectations going to pick up a 2-1 series victory. 4 big points for them. And tough break for Good News, who there's not really a lot of good news to take from this series, as they're only going to pick up 2 points out of 6. There's the goal to break the shutout. Might as well celebrate it. Dangles breaking that shutout in the 60th minute.
Yeah, Gala and Dangles both getting on the board. Or no. Yeah, Gala, Dangles, and Swag.
Gala's had a really good series.
Yes, he has.
That is the one thing that I guess we could probably say for good news, as far as being good news, is that you have a breakout player in the performance in this series. Low Expectations is not slowing down. They're looking to make it a 2-point conversion instead of that extra point, as we're under 16 seconds to go here. We despite losing the series, I mean, Gala had a hat trick in game 2, 2 goals in game number 1, and here an assist in game number 3. So contributed as much as possible for his team in this series, as we're going to have an icing with about 4.5 to go here in this contest. Chance if Young Buffalo can win this draw to try to make this an 8-1 final. BLK is in position to take this one if he could win it straight back. He does. BLK, quick feed to the right wing, or the left wing rather. Shot goes on goal, and it's covered up by Hollywood. They went for that set play, and Hufu was trying to make it 4 goals.
Low Expectations out there with the net, the net empty, up 7-1.
The 2.5 left, but the faceoff goes to Good News, and that will do it for this game. 27 shots on goal.
Yeah, and a lot of those are very high quality.
Whew. And I mean, of those 14, by the way, that were gotten by Good News, 10 of them came in the third period. And they still did not have more shots in the third period than Low Expectations, who I believe, by my math, had 11 shots on goal in the third.
Yep.
Unbelievable game by Low Expectations as they win the series 2-1. All 3 games ending in regulation time. Nearly a shutout for Yin in that one, but 13 saves on 14 shots. Still a really good performance for that goaltender. That'll drive up his save percentage in that one, and also drive down his goals against average a little bit. As we're closing things out, there's a lot we can go over. So the 3 stars, we played 3 games. They were 3 very different games. We saw 2 comeback attempts in the first 2 and just a rout in the third one. So who would be your 3 stars of this series?
I'm going to go with Gala as my 3rd star. I believe that he had a really good series. He put up a lot of points. He was the main contributor for Good News, final or only 2 points of the night in the series. Guy did as much as you could ask of an offensive player. For star number 2, I'm going to go with BLK. I thought Blue Line King had a pretty strong series. He was leading away with the Omahas, although I don't think they really converted on any of those. It definitely put pressure on the defense of Good News. They had to respect it. You saw that they had to go back farther. And he had a strong, productive evening, too. I think he scored in all 3 games. Had a decent amount of assists. For our first star, I think I'm going to go with Hufu. I was really impressed with how he played the night. I thought he was really strong offensively all night.
Yeah, and in that third game, a hat trick, and I've got him down at 3 assists. It may have been 4 if he also assisted on Young Buffalo's goal late in the second period. He had a 1 goal and an assist in game number 2, and Hufu had the second to last goal of game number 1 for his team, and an assist on the exclamation mark to close that one out as well as an assist on the one of the other ones. So totally agree on him. Gala has to get that mention from Good News' side. Just a great performance for that rookie to basically shine when you're coming into a series where 13 assists. It's not like he didn't have any numbers, but 2 goals in 8 games, and to put up a hat trick in game number 2 and a 2-goal performance in game number 1 and get an assist in game number 3. Really good there. I would also mention, in addition to BLK, in competition for that other star, I would put Flaming Dwagon in that mix. A multi-goal performance in game number 3 with 2 of those. I believe he had, 2 assists perhaps in that game as well. In game number 2, had a power play goal. And in game number 1, had the game winner and the exclamation mark. So just an honorable mention. I do agree that giving the credit to BLK, because I think that it was all of those Omahas that he attempted in those first 2 games is what really opened up the rush
Yep.
for Low Expectations in Game 3, which is just how they entirely dominated, because they had to respect the Omaha, and as soon as they did that, Low Expectations just had rush after rush and turned it into goal after goal.
Yep, it's an effective way of backing up the other team's D, opening up the neutral zone, allowing your guys to get forward momentum the other way. It's a valid strategy in that sense, in my eyes.
So this has been Drew Goldfarb, a.k.a. Farbsy, joined by Pale Poner. As always, I will give you the final word as you take us out, closing out our series of the week here between Low Expectations and Good News. What do you got?
Yeah, just happy to do another call with you. I really enjoyed doing it. I really have enjoyed doing these over the last 2 seasons with you a lot. I look forward to next week when we have our next series of the week. We've got 2 weeks left in the regular season, then playoffs start again. So looking forward to closing this one out.
It's going to be fun. Looking forward to that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time for next week's series of the week.
Have a good one, boys.